Okay, yeah, press again. That means yeah. Good morning, everyone. This is the detention docket for the 323rd District Court for Monday, November 30th, 2020. In compliance with the Texas Supreme Court emergency order related to coronavirus number 29, we are not conducting in-person court proceedings, but we are proceeding remotely through Zoom. However, to comply with the Texas Open Courts Act, we are broadcasting these proceedings on YouTube. No portion of this court setting may be recorded or published. Violations of this order are punishable by contempt of court of up to 6 months in Tarrant County Jail and a $500 fine. The court does expect everyone attending this to behave appropriately for a court setting, even though we are remote. That means nobody should be in bed, in pajamas, moving around, driving, have children screaming in the background, or domesticated animals going across the screen, or from the bathroom. Yes, all this has happened in the past. All right, so let's go ahead and start with, I think we have one. We're going to go out of order. I know that the sheriff brought Mr. Harris in custody. I know he's tying up an off deputy, so we'll go ahead and start with Mr. Harris. Mr. Harris, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day, this is a 10-day detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days. It's on you to review your case, decide whether to keep you here or to release you. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. All right, Mr. Harris, you were on probation for aggravated robbery. You absconded. And while you were on abscond status, you were arrested as an adult for unlawfully carrying a weapon, assault, bodily injury of a family member, and theft of a firearm. We issued a warrant for you. Well, you failed to report in August. So I'm concerned that if I let you go, then you would just not appear for court. And so I'm going to go ahead and detain you. I don't know what the status on your adult cases are. Good luck with those. You're almost 18 years old. So, all right, Ms. Harris, thank you very much. Deputy, thank you very much for bringing this inmate. You have a happy day. Tiana Burnside.
Hey, Judge Kim.
Yes.
So we have a little situation. Ms. Burnside is refusing to come to court. She's in her room and she's in quarantine. So I'm not sure if you would like me to bring the laptop to her.
Yeah, go ahead and bring the laptop to her. We'll do the other one while we're waiting for you to do that. We've got a big docket today.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Kaylee Carlock. I'm sorry? Off the docket. Okay. Then we have Lexia Durkee. Hello, Lexi. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I've decided to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. So, all right, Lexi, you're 15 years old. You were here April of last year for assaulting a peace officer or a judge, and you received probation. And while you're on probation, no, I guess you discharged from probation in, hold on, Ms. Blair, is she still on probation or did she discharge?
She completed it in November. She's not on probation. She actually completed it in November 14th.
Okay.
Judge
So
Kim,
she just finished probation then?
Correct.
This is Kaylee Carlock.
Who's talking?
This is Kaylee Carlock, the young lady.
Oh, Kaylee Carlock, she was removed from the docket.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
Who am I looking at?
They brought the wrong count up.
Oh,
Everyone's late today. We have Lexia coming. All right, Lexia, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention docket. You were brought here, so you need to see a judge within 2 business days. I need to decide to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you'll see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We've appointed Mr. Daniel as your attorney. All right, so Lexia, you were arrested back last April for assaulting a peace officer or a judge. You're placed on probation. You finished your probation just about 2 weeks ago. And then, let's see, according to the police report, on the 27th, so that would have been on Friday. About 3 o'clock, Fort Worth PD was dispatched for a domestic. When they got there, your grandmother said that you hit her 15 to 20 times, causing pain. You were found walking on the sidewalk nearby. You were found in a stolen car in the same area 2 days before and released by officers. And you live over by Seminary, not Las Vegas Trail, where you're found. And you're positive for weed. All right, so is grandma here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're the victim in this case?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, so my question is, why did she hit you 15 to 20 times?
Because she was mad at me because I picked her up from her friend's house to make her come home. Because she thought she was going to move in over there, but her friend's mother said she didn't, she couldn't take care of an extra child, which I had no intention of letting her stay over there in the first place, just only to spend the night. She got mad at me and said that I didn't ever do anything for her. And she started kicking my door when we was going down the road. And I thought she was going to jump out when we were going down the road. So I pulled over and then she jumped on me.
All right, Alexia, so you have the one person that you think does nothing for you. How many people showed up for your detention hearing today? How many people pay your bills? How many people feed you? How many people provide home for you? How many people drive you around? And the answer I'm probably going to presume is just one. The one person that you're going to turn around. Yeah, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, Alexia. You can show a little more gratitude. I'm not comfortable releasing you, especially since the one person that's trying to help you, you're one to get violent with her. And so I'm going to keep you here. Just think of how bad your situation went to what it is now. You were at your grandma's house, which I guess you didn't want to stay there. You'd rather stay with your friend. Now you're stuck at Kimbo. And so we'll see you in 10 days. We'll decide what's going on, see if you're behaving, if you have more respect for your grandma. If you do, we'll go ahead and release you. If not, you'll just spend more time here. I mean, I have no problem. You'll miss Christmas. You'll miss your birthday. You'll miss all these days. So either you can get your act together and show some respect for the people that deserve respect. Not that you want to, but that they actually deserve respect because they are either detention officers or your grandma. If you can't do that, then you'll just stay here. Thank you, Alexia. Marcus, are we ready for Kaylee Carlock?
Thank you.
I'm saying Kiana Burnside?
Yes, Judge, I'm bringing it right now.
Okay.
Wait for somebody to talk to? Okay, thank you. Front lobby?
Judge, she will not respond to staff. She won't uncover her head. She's got her clothes here. She won't.
It's all right. No, that's fine, as long as she can hear me. All right, Kaylee, so I'm Judge Kim. This is I'm sorry, not Kaylee. This is Kiana. This is a detention hearing. When your kids brought to our facility, you get to see a judge you're an out-of-county warrant. Yeah, I can see why you have a warrant. You have a really bad attitude. If you think it's going to help you, it's not. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and detain you. And whenever the county that's looking for you, Ms. Guerra, what county is looking for her?
Harris County, Judge.
Harris County. All right. Well, you'll have a safe trip back to Houston. All right. Thank you, Kayla. Marquez Gaither. Actually, there's nobody. Did we appoint an attorney for that one? Yeah, we didn't. It's out of county warrant. It's out of county warrant. So, all right. Marquez, are you here? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Gaither, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you see a judge within 2 business days. I need to decide whether to release you or keep you here. If I keep you here, you'll see a judge every 10 days. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We have appointed Mr. Berger as your attorney. So currently you are on probation for, well, is he on probation? Mr.
He's
Dodson?
on DPP probation, Your Honor.
DPP. All right, so you're brought in for assault, family violence, impeding breath or circulation. They offered you deferred prosecution, great opportunity for just kind of a act, just behave and this goes away. And then they're saying on Thursday at about 11:30, Fort Worth PD was dispatched for a runaway. Person said he took his daughter and her friend Marquise to get something to eat. When they came back, daughter and Marquise jumped out of the car and ran through an apartment complex. They found Marquise, confirmed there's a runaway, put him in custody. And You left Camp Worth without permission on November 7th. All right, you test positive for opiates, benzodiazepines. No, okay, negative for all drugs. All right, somebody from the department here?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Who is who? I heard.
Michelle Barker.
Okay, hello, Ms. Barker. All right, so what are your plans for Mr. Gaither?
Your Honor, I reached out to his placement, Camp Worth, and they filled his spot. So I am in the process of trying to find him a placement right now.
Okay, how much time do you need?
At least a couple days.
At least a couple days. So what's,
Yeah.
are you asking for 30 days? Like how many days do you really need?
At least 2 or 3, sir.
How many placements has he been in before?
This is his second placement. He
Okay.
was at a shelter previously, and he was at Camp Worth the longest.
So was he at Camp Worth through our juvenile department or through the Department of Family Protective Services?
Through CPS, sir.
Through CPS, okay. So, oh, Michelle, you've always been nice to me. It's 3 days, is that fair?
Yes, I hope so. Yes, sir.
Okay, you've always been so kind to me. So, all right, so I'll give you all 3 days, but we're not counting today. I know you've already started, but I'm gonna give you a little grace, okay? That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Can you pick him up by Thursday at 5 o'clock?
Yes, sir. I'll try my very, very best.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to give you a little extra grace
I
here.
appreciate that.
So it's really, I'm kind of giving you 4 days.
I
But-
appreciate that.
I'm gonna cut that off at Thursday at 5 o'clock that y'all pick him up,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Barker.
All right.
All right, Mr. Gaither, I'm detaining you. Look, this is just gonna be a cycle. If you're gonna run away, you're gonna end up back here at Kimbo and you're gonna sit here until they find another placement for you. So if you're tired of being at Kimbo, then just don't run away. If you called Ms. Barker and said this isn't working out, it's a lot easier for her to find you a new place on her own with a little bit of time while you're at Camp Worth than for her to be under the gun here, right? And then actually she can find a better spot for you. Right now, she's gonna struggle to find any place for you because I set that deadline. If you give her time and give her a heads up, she can find a place that's better suited for you that you may actually have some input on, all right? Next time, don't run away. It's just not worth it. It's not worth coming to Kimbo over, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gaither.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Marion King. All right, Mr. King, this is a detention hearing. You came in on Thursday. You got out Thursday. You came in on Thursday. You have a good Thanksgiving?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm glad you got out. Thank you for showing back up. We have a court setting later this week. All right, so we'll go through that with Mr. Gladstone. But at this point, it's a detention hearing. You know, I got to do it. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And so I'm going to go ahead and detain you. But I think our court setting is on Thursday.
On Friday, Your Honor, on the 4th.
The 4th. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, the 4th. On Friday. All right. So, Mr. King, we'll see you on Friday, all right?
I see.
All right, thank you, sir. Next, we have Michael Martinez. All right, Mr. Martinez, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to a facility, you see a judge within 2 days. I need to decide whether to keep you here, release you. If I keep you here, then you see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. Aguirre, I see a Michael Martinez in the waiting room. Like, I'm not really admitting people after 10:30. Is that the parent for Michael Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Were we a little late in getting them the link, or are they late just showing up?
No, Your Honor, I notified him before 10:30.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Pearson is your attorney. I think I saw David come in. David, are you here? There we are.
Present, Your Honor.
All right. So, Michael, let's see. You've been here before for a runaway. See, Fort Worth PD brought you in on October 2nd. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, gang enforcement did a stop for no turn signal. When they're pulling out, Michael looked like he was hiding or grabbing something in the back of the car. And they were frisked. There's a baggie with white powdery substance in your sock. You admitted it was coke, and the field test said it was cocaine. So you were released from detention, took to the Phoenix house in Dallas. You were discharged, taken to Children's Hospital. Contacted Dad, but he was out of town for the holidays. Phoenix house called us, notified that you were not accepted to Children's Hospital. So we issued a DTA. Mr. Gary, did he cut off his EM or did we allow him to cut it off?
No, Your Honor, he did not cut off his EM. They just held him there until they could pick him up since he couldn't be admitted back in a Phoenix house.
Okay, so they held you and we brought you over here. Emily resides in Ellis County. All right, so we brought you in on the 26th. You were negative for everything, so not using. Is level 1 outstanding already? All right. We have a parent for Michael Martinez here.
Your Honor, I don't see him on the screen.
I see an empty screen. They're connecting. Do we have a parent for Martinez here? Gary McWhorter, please turn your camera on. All right, whoever's Galaxy A21, please don't have a bright light in the background. We need to be able to see your face. All right, well, tell you what, put Mr. Martinez off to the side, just hold on to him. Whenever the parents actually connect and show up, we'll take it up again.
Here.
All right, we have Brianna Samet. Jordan's iPhone, please turn your camera on.
We're right here, Judge Kim.
All right, thank you. All right, Brianna, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I need to decide whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you can see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent, and you have a right to an attorney. All right, Brianna, let's see. Never been here before. You're almost 15 years old. See, Fort Worth PD brought you in on Wednesday. You were dispatched. Let's see. When police got there, they met with your mom, said you got violent, tried to grab knives or scissors. When she restrained you, you kicked her and bit her. She told officers the day before that you bent her finger, you bent her fingers back, causing pain. She's not interested in mediation. She wants to get you in facility. All right, so Mr. Nava, did anybody take her to JPS or to Cooks or anything for evaluation?
It wasn't noted, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
That wasn't noted anywhere in the police report. It was just one simple paragraph.
That's probably more appropriate for her at this point, don't you think?
I would agree.
Okay, let's go in. All right, Brianna, so you're level 3, unacceptable, all right? And I don't think you've been here before, so you don't understand, but I just have this thing where kids have to behave before I release them. So at this point, I'm gonna detain you because if you're gonna cause problems back here and act like a fool, then you get to stay here until you can behave. What, you look disappointed. If you're gonna be, Brianna, don't look at her, look at me.
No, I ain't fucking looking at you. Let me out of here.
Brianna, watch your language, all right? Brianna, is there any reason why I shouldn't find you in contempt right now? She needs to sit down. You need to bring her back and she needs to sit down.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Mom is on the Zoom call and she did guess that this would happen.
Okay,
As an
that's fine.
FYI.
It happens. All right, so whoever's on Galaxy A21, this is your second and last warning. Please take the bright light from behind you because I can't see your face. And whoever's on the iPhone, you need to be on the camera. This is still a court setting. Okay. I'm removing you, whoever Galaxy A21 is. All right, while we're waiting, can we bring Mr. Gaither back? I'm sorry, Mr. Martinez. All right, Mr. Martinez, I think, is your father here?
I don't know. I'm here.
All right, so, okay, so you live in, what's your name, sir?
The father or the son?
Father.
Michael.
Oh, you're also Michael. All right, so evidently Michael, he was rejected from, where's he rejected from? Was it Children's Hospital? Right, Children's Hospital, so we issued a warrant. You live in Ellis County, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the plan right now if I release him? I mean, right now, he was arrested for possession of controlled substance. We brought him in, he's clean. I'm just worried about the supervision. You make sure he's not continuing to use street drugs, and also concerned about him running away. So Dad, what's your plan?
There's not one. My plan was the plan that we had set, and he got rejected from that place for.
Okay. Sure. So, but we gotta, I mean, you know, this is one of those things we gotta be flexible, right? And so I know the plan's kind of run awry. So looking forward, what can we do? I mean, I'm not really interested in keeping Michael here if you can provide supervision for him, right? You feel like you're able to do that?
No. So again, we have to backtrack. We have to be logical here. He keeps running away. That's bringing him back to the place he runs away from is not logical. It's totally bizarre to bring him back here and him keep running away, and CPS keeps coming to my house and keeps calling and involving my family into other bigger deals. So supervision, I can keep supervision on him as long as he stays here, but he won't stay here. He's broken every rule that you set for him. So,
okay, so you're saying be logical. Now, it's not logical to say, so here's part of the problem, right? Is obviously whatever that's been happening in the past hasn't been working. So we need to change that around. I can't just keep him here to keep him from using drugs, right? That's not, I mean, the best the juvenile court can do is work with the parents to try and help the child, but we're not the solution, right? So what I'm trying to do is have a conversation with you to figure out, looking forward, what can we do? What can be changed to put Michael in a better position? A children's hospital obviously didn't work. So where do we go from here? And I'm asking this because I want the parental input. I really
no, and I'm gonna be as transparent as possible. Again, you set him in a facility that he broke every rule there. He got kicked out of the facility. He went to Children's Hospital. And we have to be quite frank here. They're not in the business of helping anyone. They're in the business of making money. That's me being transparent. I know.
I'm not sir, I'm not arguing with you, but we're kind of going to segue. No, sir. I mean, don't get frustrated with me. I'm not. Hold on a second. I just want to finish. I'm here not to talk about the things that have failed. I'm here because I want to have a conversation with you looking forward.
Understood.
What can we do to help Michael? So let's just stay focused on the looking forward part. All right.
Right. Okay. But we can't look forward. We can't go forward if we don't know the past. We have to still understand the core root of him disregarding everything you set for him. You letting him out and him coming home is a plus and a win for him, not for his situation. So
have you considered with CPS what's called a wrapper? Just handing over custody of him to CPS?
Do what? I didn't catch that.
Of calling CPS and just turning him over to CPS so they can get involved because they have placement opportunities for him. Have you considered that?
No, I didn't know anything about that.
Okay, yeah, so that's one of the options. This is called a wrapper. It sounds bad, but it's refusal to accept parental responsibility. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it's bad, but there's actually good opportunities for that where basically you're telling CPS, I don't have the resources to control this child. He will run away. I need the help of the state of Texas to do that, which is kind of what you're telling me is you need the help of the state of Texas, a district court, to help control Michael Jr. Now, CPS, because what I'm not seeing here is overtly criminal behavior. I mean, there's a drug charge, but it's not overtly criminal. He's not out robbing banks and shooting people, right? So it's almost like I feel like CPS has the better kind of behavioral treatment facilities than we do as a juvenile department. That's where I'm going. So are you interested in that? I mean, it sounds like you're looking for help from Texas.
Yeah, no, definitely not interested in anything. Again, I just clearly stated I don't want CPS in my life because what happens is that it affects the rest of my family.
I get that. But then, so let's, again, going back to what you said, is let's think logically here. Okay.
CPS in my life. No, correct. I do not want.
I understand, but let's going back to what you said, think logically. If you were asking for the state of Texas for assistance, right? Are we considering all of the possible assistance, or are you limiting what assistance you will receive?
Have we exhausted all possible assistance before CPS?
Well, that's the thing is when it comes to children, that's really kind of the first stop, right? That is the one agency that our legislature funds thoroughly to provide the different avenues of assistance.
Right. So speaking to his probation officer, there was a recommendation from, I guess, the hospital or the placement center that he was discharged from, that there's a place in San Antonio that they're recommending that that's better equipped to handle someone of his statute as far as the committed suicide type aspect of what's going on.
Mr. Gary, which facility were you referring to?
Your Honor, it's Laurel Ridge Treatment Center in San Antonio, Texas.
And what would that treatment center be for?
For the drug use.
I mean,
It states here that they recommend that he be in a more secured environment that can help him address his lack of motivation for sobriety.
Dad, how long has he been using cocaine?
I have no earthly idea. He's been running away since he was 12 years old. On marijuana, as far as I know, a little bit of alcohol, but cocaine. This is the first I've heard of him using cocaine.
Dad, this is really a behavioral issue, I think, rather than a drug use issue. I'm trying not to criminalize your son. And what we're doing through the juvenile court is really focused on criminal behavior. I think his issues are mostly behavioral rather than criminal. All right, because he didn't run from the police. He didn't dish the cocaine in the car to put it on his buddy. Right?
So, question, if I might ask.
Yes, sir.
12 to 16 right now, I've dealt with more courts than I've dealt with school issues with any of my kids. I've dealt with more court. And for a lot of criminal activity, you have no record of his theft of auto and running away from the cops, as the beer he stole from a gas station, the probations he's been on.
Mr. Geary, what counties are these from?
Your Honor, Ellis County and Dallas County.
Okay. You know, probably the best thing for this one is, honestly, is if we do adjudication and transfer dispo to Judge Wallace in Ellis County. Because he'll have a lot more of his history. Juvenile probation departments work well with him over there. Mr. Martinez, your attorney is Mr. Pearson.
Present.
Right, Mr. Pearson. So, I mean, I'd like to set this for a bench trial in 10 days, unless you can work something out. Would you want to demand a jury on this one?
Well, I need to consult with my client, but I don't think so. I don't really envision a jury being needed.
Right. Yeah. David, as long as I've known you, I've never seen you tee up a possession under a grant. so okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's see if we work it out. I think the prosecutor on this one is Ms. Farmer. I guess, Ms. Smith, are you on today?
Yes, Judge, I am.
Okay. Can you let Ms. Farmer know this one we want to set? If y'all can try and get the discovery to Mr. Pearson
Okay.
as soon as possible. And I want to go ahead and set this on the docket for adjudication by court or adjudication hearing for 10 days from now. That way we can move it on. All right?
All right, I'll let her know.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Pearson. Thank you, Mr. Pearson.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Martinez Sr., just let you know what, you can talk to Ms. Aguirre. She'll explain what's going on. I think probably the court that's best equipped to handle your son is going to be Judge Wallace's court in Ellis County. I've known him for years, a very fine judge, very smart man.
Why so?
I'm sorry?
Why so, if you don't mind me asking?
Because what the family code says in Texas is it really encourages the courts in the county that the child resides in to be able to handle that, right? So part of it is you're not going to have to travel as far when you have to come to court physically, because we don't do everything through Zoom. And also the resources available based on the county is kind of spread by population and more tailored towards the local population. And then the juvenile probation officer can provide more supervision. They're already familiar with your son. There's just all kinds of reasons. So I regularly accept cases from Ellis County for Fort Worth kids or Tarrant County kids that end up down there. So the juvenile courts freely transfer between each other. That's very a normal practice for us.
Just so everyone knows, he's never been in trouble in Ellis County. So again,
well, so it's based on the county that the child resides in. Right, that's the idea. Juvenile probation there has relationships with the schools, with the local facilities, with everything. So they're just better equipped for them.
Copy.
All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez Jr., just so you understand what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and detain you because it seems like you're not going to accept supervision. And then we're going to go ahead and have a trial on your case in 10 days. All right. Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready for Brianna Samet yet? Is she still refusing? This is what I want to do.
She is, Judge. She's in her room. She was banging her head and screaming. She's not cooperative. She won't.
Okay. No, I understand. So let's go ahead and just prepare to bring it to court. We'll do an in-person court proceeding after all our online proceedings are done.
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jordan Saunders. All right. I've got to ask, are you male or female?
I'm male, sir.
Male, okay. All right, Mr. Saunders, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I need to decide whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days. You do have a right to remain silent. Ms. Taylor has been appointed as your attorney. All right, so on Wednesday, Mansfield PD brought you in. They're saying on the same day, about 3 in the morning, they were dispatched. The suspicious person call after a male with a backpack triggered their Ring doorbell, ran off the property after he noticed the doorbell. Police patrolled the area, noticed a parked vehicle with 2 occupants inside. They're talking to 2 people outside the vehicle. When they got there, 2 outside people fled on foot and apprehended by the officers. They were identified as Jordan Saunders and Jonathan Sandifer, an adult. 2 inside were an adult Jessica and an adult Ahmed Mohammed, but currently on probation with us. They found the following items in the vehicle, confirmed stolen from a victim's vehicle: a purse valued at $160, a brown purse valued at $300, a Samsung tablet, another tablet. Victim said they were inside her car and they have personal medical information about patients. Victim preferred leaving these items in the vehicle and didn't lock the door. Another vehicle in the neighborhood was found with its windows broken, but nothing was taken. Jessica told the officers that all were involved were checking the cars. On November 20th, Jordan was placed on probation by me for theft of property and got 1 year probation. So you're on probation for theft from a week ago and you're already caught stealing cars. Like 4 days after you get probation, you get arrested for stealing more things. So you've been referred by the district attorney's office for review. They want to do TCAP and substance abuse treatment. You refuse to produce a UA. After 3 days, you produce a sample. Hey, Jordan, just to let you know, when you refuse to produce a UA, I just assume you're positive for everything because you're hiding everything. So as far as I know, you're using PCP, heroin, opium. Who uses opium anymore, right? Stephanie? Jordan uses opium. All of it. So that's the problem when you refuse a UA. I just presume and assume that you're using everything. Do we have a parent here for Jordan today?
Yes, I'm right here, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So I got to ask you, why was Jordan out at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Judge,
I'm unaware of, or I don't know who you're speaking to. Were you speaking to me, the parent?
Yes, I'm speaking to the parent.
Okay, well, first and foremost, I'm in California.
Okay.
So I just want to make that clear. But as far as I'm aware, he went to a friend's house to record music and inquired about if it was okay for him to get a ride home because he has access to get Lyft rides home. And
So who does he live with here in Texas?
He lives with his mother, and I'm in constant contact with his mother.
Are y'all still together?
No, we're not.
Okay,
we're not.
That makes sense. So are you a California resident or are you just traveling there?
I'm a California resident, and our custody order is out of California.
Okay.
And there was a bunch of interesting information that came to my attention about all of his cases, which I would like to address if you would allow that.
No, well, I mean, it's not allowing or not allowing it. Right now, we're not talking. We're just trying to decide to detain him or not. If he's out,
Right, but it's fundamental to all of these things, though.
So if he's out at 3 o'clock in the morning without supervision, breaking the cars 4 days after he got probation, there is nothing that you can tell me that changes the narrative that he's not getting adequate supervision here in Tarrant County.
Right, and so in regards to that, what I'm recommending is that.
Well, hold on a second. I just asked you why he was out at 3 o'clock in the morning. You said you didn't know. Now you're going to tell me in regards to being out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now you have information?
No, I'm not speaking about that information. It was in conjunction of what you were saying. All I'm saying is stepping
what
back.
I'm saying is he's took probation. 4 days later, he's out at 3 o'clock in the morning for the same type of offense that he's on probation for, and nobody knows why he's out at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? That is enough for me. The rest of it, for the purposes of a detention, now this is not the trial. This is not whether he did or not. The stuff that you're talking about is going to be very relevant at a trial. What I'm saying, purely for the purposes of detaining him or releasing him, that is not relevant to me. He just took probation that last week. He's already out and arrested for the same offense that he took probation for. He has learned nothing from his first experience with this court. So if I release him, people are going to get more property stolen. Right? That's my concern.
But I know, but the whole way that this law works is that we operate under the preponderance of evidence, and we're here to seek rehab more than retribution. And I'm trying to share some information with you in regards to what's going on, and you're not allowing me.
Which law are you talking about?
Excuse me? Juvenile law for Texas.
Okay. And so where am I seeking retribution?
Where are you seeking retribution? Well, what I'm saying is we're supposed to be seeking rehabilitation. And what's happened here is 2 months ago, we found benzodiazepine in his system, and nothing's been done about that.
What have you done about it, sir?
And I'm here to take responsibility and accountability. And I was unaware of benzodiazepine and how this really affects a person. And I'm also recognizing that he doesn't have. I haven't done enough, Your Honor.
Okay. And
I'm here to try to do something now.
Sir, in all fairness, I don't think Jordan is the type of person that will allow you to help him. I think in his mind, he knows what's best. He's going to do what he's going to do. Look at his goofy haircut, right? I had to ask him if he's a boy or a girl. Literally, that is the amount of supervision that he's willing to take. Sir, I am not blaming you. What I'm saying is that this child is not willing to accept supervision at this point. So we have to look at other streams. But at this point, for me to release him, I am absolutely confident that he's going to go out and use more drugs. Right? He's going to go out, he's going to steal more things, that I need to detain him for his own protection and the protection of the community. Right?
Okay, so just in regards to what you're saying now, so just in regards to that, I'm aware of that. And I'm in agreement with that. So that's why I've spoke to his mom, and I need to get him to California immediately.
No, sir.
I
am not releasing him to California at this point.
No. Okay. But that's all right. And so I'll have to figure that out, I guess, at the next hearing. But, and then on another side note, he has an endodontist appointment on Thursday where he needs a root canal done, and it's almost to the point of infection. I'm wondering if there's any way that I could still accommodate that.
Well, if he's got a tooth infection that he needs a root canal, why is he smoking crack?
He's smoking crack?
As far as I'm concerned, that's why you refuse a UA. You're doing every single drug out there. So my presumption is he's smoking crack while he's out there, which isn't good when you have a tooth infection.
And absolutely not. That's why I need to get him into treatment immediately, and I need to get him away from the people that he's hanging around with.
Sir,
and I have the adequate means to give him the proper supervision here in California. Even though it may be too late.
So now, unfortunately, this is one of those where you can't put toothpaste back in the tube, right? If that was, I mean, hindsight's 20/20. I'm not blaming you, but now looking back, you're probably thinking I should have brought him to California as soon as he got probation here and started the supervision that you would provide. But unfortunately, the bell has been rung, and now he's in a new case here.
And that was my fault because I was under the impression that this operates as adult law.
Don't blame yourself for this, because Jordan, to a degree, is making his own bad decisions, right?
Right, but he's making it with his whole system compromised, his whole neurological system compromised. And with that being said, he's not operating normally. And this needs to be addressed. Even though I understand that
Has he been diagnosed anything?
Excuse me?
Does he have a mental health diagnosis?
No, but so also, like I said, this information is just somewhat new to me. And
how do you know his neurological system's compromised if he doesn't have a mental health diagnosis?
Well, for example, when he got in there, he was put on emergency watch because he was trying to wrap a sheet around his neck, and then asked what he was doing. He said that he was just frustrated. So I don't think that's normal behavior for somebody to get frustrated and start attempting to wrap a sheet around their neck.
It is not normal behavior to be out 3 o'clock in the morning breaking the cars. It's not normal behavior to be on probation for 4 days and already be out.
Exactly. And I've been in contact with him every day, talking to him. Do you need anything? Do you want anything? And so I'm doing my part as much as I can to be there, but I'm in California. That's why, and his mother works. I'm actually not working because of the coronavirus. So I have a lot of free time and availability, but I just need to get him to me, and I don't know what to do.
In all fairness, sir, that situation, and again, this is hindsight's 20/20, but it probably would have been a better decision to come to Texas while he's here if you had that latitude with your work schedule. I'm not trying to kick you in the teeth or anything. I'm just saying now, I'm absolutely convinced if I let him go, he would get arrested again and would continue to use drugs. And I'm doing this for the protection of the public as well as the protection of himself.
And so I'm just kind of bringing up whatever I can in your brief time to know, for your advice, what can I do at this point? Do I need to go down there? I mean, what do you recommend? And I was told by an attorney that I shouldn't probably wait for the system to figure out what to do, that I should take the matters into my own hand and get him into treatment.
Well, sir, I'm going to let you know that he is looking at an indeterminate sentence. So he's legitimately looking at getting committed to the Texas Juvenile Justice Department until they feel like he's rehabilitated. All right, so that is a legitimate concern. On my screen, you are right next to her. I don't know where she is on your screen, but Ms. Taylor, can you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so if you can see Ms. Taylor, she is your son's attorney, all right? And so she is the person to talk to you. I can't give you legal advice.
I understand.
This is not a trial. This is simply about, should I detain him or not detain him?
I'm aware.
Okay, so Ms. Taylor can certainly answer a lot of questions. I have known, oh my gosh, Candace, how long we've known each other since Jordan was in Pampers.
Yeah, decades.
Yes.
It's been decades.
She's a fine attorney. She is very accessible, very approachable. She's always answered the phone when I called her when I was an attorney. So you
I'm
can
aware.
call her.
Yeah.
She can answer a lot of the questions that you have that unfortunately I cannot. Okay.
Right, and I appreciate your fairness and your information.
Yes, sir, I just you're in California, different set of rules. All right.
I know.
So it's going to be frustrating, but please understand that this is just a detention hearing. It's about whether he's going to come back to court or not, whether he's a danger to himself, whether he's a danger to others. All right, that's my focus. Whether it actually happened or not, that's for a trial. But Ms. Taylor can explain that to you.
Right. And so in the event that he does get some sort of infection or something in his teeth, they'll just take care of that in the system then?
When he is a resident of our facility, he is our responsibility. Okay. Now, if you have an appointment set, so talk to Ms. Taylor and Ms. Aguirre. Were you the?
It's me, Your Honor.
Oh, Mr. Lewis. All right. So Mr. Lewis is a great probation officer as well. So Dad, if you have this appointment, talk to Mr. Lewis. If you can convince me, Mr. Lewis is not afraid to come to me and ask for us to deliver Jordan to the endodontist for his medical treatment and then to return him here. We've done that many times before, but you got to sell Mr. Lewis on it.
All right, Your Honor.
All right.
Once again, thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, Jordan, I'm detaining you now. We'll see you in 10 days. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
Thanks. Have a great day.
William Sylvie Park. Thank you. I got ahead of myself. That won't last a while. All right, Mr. Park, are you here? All right, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. The law says when a kid's brought to a facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I need to decide whether to keep you here, release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Boyd Mooney is your appointed attorney. Mr. Mooney, are you here this morning? Okay, I guess not. So Mr. Lofton is going to substitute in for Mr. Mooney. I know Mr. Lofton is here.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so William, 16 years old. You're on probation for evading arrest of the motor vehicle and for possession of a controlled substance under a gram. I guess, Mr. Thomas, did we not give him a drug test?
Your Honor, as I requested a drug test this morning, if William holds true to that he's always been, he's probably refused or verbalized that he could not produce.
Okay.
I attempted to get one on the 10th when I made a home visit with him, and he verbalized to me that he could not produce a sample.
All right, so William, just so you know, when you refuse a drug test, I presume you're positive for everything, and you're hiding everything, all right? So it's weed, it's Xanax, it's opium, it's heroin, it's cocaine, it's crack, it's PCP. You name it, you're using it. Fentanyl, that's another one. So you're on probation, you're positive for drugs, and so I'm going to detain you as long as there's probable cause. From police, you were victim was Pina's iWatch, which was in a stolen vehicle. Showed up at residence, found the vehicle. Victim met him, keys were still missing. And it still shows the address on Lavelle Street. So police already knew it for drug house, knocked on the door, met with you and another male. They asked if you had anything illegal, and you said you had dope in your pocket. So they searched you, found three big bags of a crystalline substance, which was presumptive for methamphetamine. So, all right, well, Mr. Park, if you are on probation and you're smoking crack and heroin, then you don't get to get out when you're detained. Mr. Thomas, let's go ahead and I'm going to order a hair follicle test on him. Let's see everything that he's using while he's here.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and he's currently on probation for felony level offenses. You know what, he's 16 years, he's getting older. Stephanie, let's go and set one on the rocket docket. Let's get it quick for adjudication. This one is also Mr. Mooney's. So, Mr. Thomas, if you could let Mr. Mooney know that we're going to set this one fairly quickly for trial. I'd like to get it done before Christmas.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We have Tommy Simmons. Actually, you know what? Mr. Thomas, are you still there? Or did he leave? Okay. Do we have Mr. Thomas's supervisor here? Do we have a supervisor here for Mr. Thomas?
I can relay a message to him, Your Honor.
All right, Doug, if you can let him know if we can get the hair follicle done as soon as possible, because I want the results back for the motion modify hearing.
Okay, I'll let him know.
So, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Simmons, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you or release you. If I keep you here, you'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Your attorney is Mr. Graham. Mr. Graham, I saw you earlier. Mr. Graham, are you here? Okay, Mr. Lofton, I'm gonna ask you to step in.
I'm here, I'm sorry.
Oh, there he is. Okay, very good. All right, Mr. Lofton, sorry, you're fired.
Not the first time.
Okay, all right, Tommy, let's see what's going on. You were arrested back in March of 18 for burglary of a habitation. You got DPP. And let's see, on Wednesday around 11 o'clock, Fort Worth PD, where it's dispatched, there's a stolen vehicle in a food mart. And they followed the vehicle until lost sight of it in an apartment complex. There was a marked unit, located the vehicle with 4 people inside. Tommy was in the driver's seat. Oh, Lexia was in the back passenger seat. There's smell of weed. Tommy admitted he had THC in his pocket, found along with an empty pistol magazine, and the gun was in the car. And the gun was located in the behind the front passenger seat. So you're charged with UCW. All right, Tommy, I don't think we've met before, but I'm going to let you know that ever since I took this position, every time do we have a parent for Tommy here?
Mom was going to Zoom in, Your Honor.
Okay. Is Tommy's mom here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Lavoria?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know where the gun came from?
No, sir.
All right. So, Mom, I have this policy that whenever a child's brought in with a gun charge or found with a gun, then I detain them. All right. I'm not comfortable. I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment. I'm not a supporter of kids having guns. I think it's a very dangerous combination. And so I need to detain him just to make sure I'm comfortable releasing him. All right. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and detain him. We'll see him at a 10-day detention hearing and make a decision whether to release him or not based on his behavior level. Tommy, so I know your hand is raised. I'm going to let you know if you have a question for me, then I'm happy to answer it. But if you want to tell me something, I guarantee your attorney will not want you to talk. So do you have a question for me? Tommy, you need to sit up. Look, hey, Tommy, I'm going to lay this out for you, right? If you're going to make decisions and try and be a grown man, then you have to be able to accept grown man consequences.
That's right.
You can't have it both ways. So these are the grown man consequences of being caught with a gun when you're not legally allowed to have a firearm. And so,
messed up. And I promise, if you let me go, I'm not coming back. I messed up. I promise. I messed up.
All right, hold on. So we're not going to talk about, I don't want you to admit anything. Your attorney doesn't want you to because your attorney's still got to fight your case. And we have a district attorney that's watching this, and she's taking, sir, you need to sit up. Be a grown man. Be a grown man, all right? You can't be a kid and act like a grown man, and then when you get caught by the police, then you want to act like a kid again. Right? That's not the way this world works. If you want to be a kid like your mom is trying to provide for you and take care of you and give you advice and guide you, then be a kid and you get treated like a kid. But if you're going to make big boy decisions, then there's big boy consequences. So I don't want you to tell me anything because there still has to be a trial on all this, on whether you actually had the gun or not. You had the magazine, you may not have had the gun. That's all a fight for your attorney. But if you come out and start blabbing things, the DA here is taking notes. She's going to write everything down. Right? And it's just going to make it harder for your attorney to fight your case for you. Right? So if you have a question for me, I'll answer it. But at this point, sir, sit up.
My bad.
Sit up. Tom, what you don't understand is that in 10 days, we'll see you again at a detention hearing. And when I'm making a decision based on releasing or not, I'm going to look back and my notes are going to show that this was the kid that kept on leaning over off the camera and was disrespectful to the court during his first detention hearing. And you don't think it's disrespectful to take your face off this camera? You don't think it's disrespectful to sit down? You don't think it's disrespectful to be in a court and say it's my bad? Right? I'm not your homie. I'm not your bro. Right? This is a court. I'm the judge. You need to show some respect for the system and the process. Your lack of respect to your mother is why you're in this situation in the first place. You need to do some thinking and you do some waking up while you're here at Kimbo, because if you don't, if you keep on doing the shenanigans that you are now, you're going to go from Kimbo to Tarrant County Jail to TDC. So at this point, Tommy, my advice to you is get your behavior level up, show that you can make a decision, show that you can be respectful to the people in authority, That shows me I can release you back to your mom. If you're not going to behave and show respect here at Kimbo, I know you're not going to be respectful to your mother. And at the end of the day, that is what I'm going to require you to be, is respectful to your mother. Okay? All right. Thank you, Mr. Simmons. Tyler Umblitz. I'm trying to get through these today. You know I'm trying. Tyler, we meet again. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. And when a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I need to decide whether to keep you here or release you. If I keep you here, you need to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Mr. Graham is your attorney. All right, so this is, with Mr. Gaither. So one of the people that ran off, you were a runaway, and you were seen exiting an apartment window and running from the police, and you were detained and confirmed to be a runaway. So do we have somebody from the department here again?
Your Honor, I was unable to get a hold of his caseworker from the department. I did speak with the director of the facility that he was at. He was supposed to be present. I don't know if I see him on here, but he was also—
Hold on a second. Denzel Carroll, you need to sit still. You moving around is a distraction for everyone in this court setting.
Your Honor, Mr. Carroll is the director. He is involved in this case. I think he may be trying to go someplace more quiet.
Wait, he's the director with the department, and he's walking around like this.
He's working at the facility that was housing these young men.
Mr. Carroll.
Yes, sir. My apologies.
Is there not a place you can stop moving?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. All right, so Mr. Carroll, you're in Hood County?
Yes, we're in Tarrant County.
You're in Tarrant County. All right. So what is his current status?
He's on a elopement status at this point.
Y'all are in RTC for the department?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so do you know what his status with the department is? Is he PMC? Has there been termination? Do we know?
Your Honor,
Mr.
if I may.
Yes, Mr. Carl.
I spoke with the probation officer in Hood County. He is on probation in Hood County for felony offense of UUMB. A lot of this information came out prior to my report coming out this morning or after. Spoke with Hood County. Hood County does have violations they can file if they want. So they said we didn't need to hold him on this offense. They said they were willing to let him go back to Camp Worth if Mr. Denzel was willing to accept him. When I spoke with Mr. Denzel, I mean, he said he was able to take him back and would take him back. And that Hood County, if they wanted, they could take this charge, or they could use violations they already have for his UUMB term of probation that he's on there.
Right. Tyler, you know Judge Walton, right? He's the one you went in front of in Hood County. Remember Judge Walton, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
I can tell you, when I was an attorney, I practiced in front of Judge Walton. I can tell you he is 100%, 100 times tougher than I am. All right? And he will absolutely punish you. I mean, I know Judge Walton. I know him well. So you need to make better decisions. If you're under Judge Walton's supervision, you got to do everything right. I'm telling you this as friendly advice, just man to man. I'm trying to advise you. You do not want to mess with him. I can tell you. Mr. Lofton.
Oh, yes, sir.
I've had trouble. You appear in front of Judge Lofton or Judge Walton.
Judge Walton, that's not my. He's a educated judiciary, but he is very strict and tough on everybody.
Right, Mr. Graham. You ever been in front of Judge Walton?
Yes, Your Honor, and I concur with Mr. Lofton's assessment.
Mr. Berger, you been in front of Judge Walton? Mr. Berger? Ms. Mills, you're next. You know that. Ms. Keenan, you're after her, right?
I have not.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't, Judge.
All right. Ms. Keenan, your experience about Judge Walton? Ms. Keenan, Tracy, I know you've been in front of Judge Walton.
I haven't.
You haven't? All right. Tyler, Judge Walton has a reputation, all right? Don't mess around with Judge Walton, okay? It will not work out for you. And he's a fair judge. He follows the law. But when he has discretion, man, my clients got beat up pretty bad, okay? Mr. Carroll, are you willing to come by and pick up Mr. Umblance today?
Yes, sir. We can make accommodations for that.
All right, Tyler, I'm gonna go ahead and release you to Mr. Carroll. Your evading on foot is nothing compared to what Judge Walton can do to you, all right? Man, just make good decisions. And I'm just saying this honestly, just sincerely, all right? Do not mess around. Your case is in a county that you could actually, you could really regret this for many years, all right? Tyler, are you're feeling me, right? You're getting what I'm coming from?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You may not like it, but you're just in this position in your life. You got to get it done. Just do what you got to do. You got a Tarrant County case, but it's just a misdemeanor. We may end up transferring this over to Judge Walton's court, so it's all combined, but your case is a lot more serious in front of him. Man, take care of your business. Just do what you got to do. Get out from under the courts, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Tyler. Mr. Carroll, thank you very much. I appreciate your courtesy and your help.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry? Venegas is off. Okay. So I think Tanya Venegas is off the docket. So we have Alex Alvarez. Mr. Alvarez, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day detention hearing. You've been here for 10 days, so I'm reviewing your case to decide whether to release you or keep you here. If you have the right to an attorney, you have the right to remain silent. Mr. Sierra is your attorney. Is Mr. Sierra here? I haven't seen him yet.
Yes, Judge, I'm right here.
All right, there we go. All right, so let's see. All right, Alex, my tocayo, right? You were referred by Fort Worth PD back a couple weeks ago. Possession under a gram. No, 1 to 4 grams. Traffic stop, and Alex has been to a blunt. There's a search. Found 2 bags of weed, some white powdery substance, and 250 baggies. So you're charged with manufacturing delivery of 1 to 4 grams. Yeah, hasn't filed yet. Level 1-0 since for about 2 weeks now. All right, do we have a parent here?
Yes. Your Honor, the mom is here.
All right, Mom, where are you? Oh, there we are, Mom. All right, so Mom, I guess the question is, do you know Alexandro Urrutia?
Yes.
Okay, who is he to you?
He's his friend.
All right.
Childhood friends.
Is he the kind of friend that you allow your son Alex to hang out with? Or
they've been childhood friends. I've never had any trouble with him.
All right, so now you know. Now you know that both of the Alexes are running around with cocaine.
Yes.
All right. You understand that's a big concern for me?
Yes, it's a big concern for me as well.
Okay, good. We're on the same page. So, looking forward, what are we going to do to supervise Alex?
Well, whatever needs to be done. He used to be able to have a curfew at 10. If it'll probably it'll be cut down shorter than that now. Probably won't even be able to. He won't be leaving the house anytime soon. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well. So, Mom, this is one of those things. Like, if it's just up to me, I can just detain him here, right? It doesn't change my life at all. But I honestly believe the best way to help kids is the parents and the courts are working together, right? And as long as you and I are working together, man, we can do great things for Alex, for your son. Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm inclined to do is I'm going to, let's see the release order. Oh, I have it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and release him to you. All right. He has shown that he behaves here in our facility. He's been level outstanding for 2 weeks now. So I know he can follow the rules. I'm going to place him on electronic monitor. So we'll know exactly where he is, and he'll offer a level of supervision so he won't be sneaking out at night. Or if he does, he can cut off the monitor. All right. I'm also ordering no contact with Alex Urrutia. All right, so even if he is a childhood friend, that's not going to happen while this case is pending. And then I'm also going to place him on a sweat patch, which that is a patch that absorbs the oil coming out of your skin. So if you use any kind of illegal substance, it gets absorbed with the patch. We send it to a lab, and we'll know if he's using it. It's a 24/7 monitoring. You can't fool it. It's not like a UA where we can time it or anything. It is what it is, right? And
Okay.
so, all right, Alex, you followed your level 1 outstanding here at Kimbo. I'm expecting you to be level 1 outstanding when I release you to your mom. You understand? But you understand that here at Kimbo, we have a DNA order, right? Do not associate.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've seen that happen. So if your mom puts a do not associate order on you with anybody she doesn't like, she may not like them because their haircut, right? She may not like them because the color of their shoes. Like, it doesn't matter why. But if your mom says do not hang around them, then you're not going to hang around them. You understand? And if she tells Miss Paxton, man, I'm setting these rules for Alex, but Alex isn't following through, then what do you think is going to happen?
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Well, what do you mean by get in trouble?
Most likely come back here.
Come back here, right? And then I don't know, you've been here for a couple of weeks, almost 3 weeks, right? In 3 weeks you've been here, you've seen a lot of kids come back for the dumbest reasons, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Don't be one of those dumb reasons, all right? Don't be one of them. I'm giving you a chance to get out, but the chance is based on you following your mom's rules. If you follow her rules, then you stay out. If you keep on breaking her rules, you're just going to come back here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Joshua Ballard. All right, where's Mr. Ballard? Mr. Ballard, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. You've been here for 10 days. I'm reviewing your case. You got right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. You're level 1 outstanding since, well, I guess Wednesday. This is the what is the shooting? The victim said that they were knocking on the door of the apartment. Door was answered. 3 black males outside the front porch. Homeowner told them to leave, but they refused. There was an argument. Then all 3 males on the porch had handguns. They stole cash. They said when they know there's more cash, they shut the door. Then there's gunshots. Yeah, there's another investigation where Joshua Ballard is suspected of shooting into an apartment, and he was identified there. So you're here for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, or aggravated robbery. You're scheduled for determined sentence on December 16th. And that Lake Granbury has accepted you if I'm willing to send you there. All right, so Joshua, I am not comfortable releasing you. I feel like you're a danger to the community as well as yourself. And I feel like you are actually at risk of absconding. So I'm going to detain you. I'm glad you're level 1 outstanding. That is something your attorney will be sure to bring up during the hearing if we get to disposition. So, but we have the court setting, basically your trial that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ballard.
Thank you.
All right. Denali Dunbar. Where's Mr. Dunbar? All right, Mr. Dunbar, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. The attorney is Carmen Johnson. I think I saw Ms. Johnson pop in.
Hello.
Hello, Ms. Johnson. Good to see you again. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you. Still full?
We didn't have a big Thanksgiving, but it had nothing to do with COVID. It just, I wanted a quiet Thanksgiving. So, so yes, I still have a lot of leftovers. All right, so earlier this month, Denali was brought in by Haltom City for theft of property. He was on the run since July when he cut off his EM and he ran. So the Haltom City dispatched a shell for suspicious activity. Clerk saw 2 other black males and they were passing a pistol back and forth, not pointing at everyone. Officer arrived. Well, yeah, there's already been probable cause. I know you've been.
Let me make this easy. We're set for court on Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, Denali.
As a result of the plan, he can't be released anyway.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes either we do not have a parent.
And he's aware. We chatted this morning.
Okay. Denali, you know, the cutting off the EM part, that's the one that, I mean, that's,
Yes, sir.
even if there was a plan, that's the real hard part for me to get over. Once you cut that monitor off, every time in the future, it sets it up. All right. So, all right. Thanks, Denali. We will, either me or one of the judges will see you on Wednesday. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Isaac Mata.
Your Honor, the mother is present here at the facility. I believe they're getting her.
Thank you.
I think somebody.
All right, Mr. Mata, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. Mills is your attorney. You are level 1 outstanding since, well, this morning. Let's see. This is a stolen car case from October. And during the stop, 2 black objects are thrown from the window. One was a pistol and a second magazine. And there was also a 9mm pistol found. Right. And you were not on probation at the time. You just got off parole in September for aggravated robbery out of Hale County. You did a placement search. You were positive for weed. All right. So, Mr. Kroll, how come he's only level 1-0 today? What happened?
Your Honor, my records indicate that he's been 1-0 the entire time, no infractions.
Oh, okay.
I may have overlooked that when I was revising the report before sending that out. I don't even have a minor write-up.
All right. Mr. Mata, I really don't want you to say too much. So this is a yes or no question, all right? And I know Ms. Mills will be okay asking this one question. Is Mr. Kroll correct that you've been level 1-0? That's a yes or no?
Yes,
so
sir. I've been level 1 since I've been here.
Okay. Ms. Mills, you didn't mind me asking that question.
No.
Okay, it was very tailored.
I was pretty sure the answer was yes.
Okay, it was very, very tailored.
Judge, just so you know, we had been set for court before, but the judge ordered a placement search, so that's why it was passed. We're set again next Thursday, I believe.
Ms. Mills, this is my hard part, right? He finished parole for aggravated robbery.
Right.
And then he's now in a stolen car with guns and
right.
Not knowing. Mr. Mata, and so this is my heartburn right now, okay? I don't know, and don't fill in your story, okay? So do not say anything. I'm just telling you what I don't know. I don't know if you ended up in a stolen car because a gun was used to steal the car or not. And don't tell me anything. I'm just saying and I'm not supposed to know, right? That's supposed to come out during trial. Your attorney knows, the DA knows, but I'm not supposed to know anything. And it's about a safety thing. I don't even know if you're the one that stole the car or not, right? And I'm not asking you, I'm just telling you, these are the big questions that I have.
Yes, sir.
You've been level 1-0 this whole time, successfully completed parole. Mr. Kroll, does the report say which side of the car that the black objects were thrown, or the front passenger window? And Isaac was the only person in the car. All right. This Isaac's mom?
Yes, sir.
You work?
Yes, sir.
Are there other adults in the home or just you?
Me and my husband.
Does your husband work as well?
Yes, sir.
How do we keep Isaac from running around at 1 o'clock in the morning in a stolen car with guns thrown out the window?
Sir, I mean, Isaac had been at home all the time. Like, no, he was not going out doing anything, nothing. That we were both working when he asked me if he could go over and to his friends. And I'm usually real like I've got to meet whoever, he hangs out, and I've got at least got to know them for a while. And, he had just been doing so good. He wasn't getting into trouble. He was always at home doing nothing but just be at home. And, it was just a bad call that I let him, And
what would, if I release him to you, what would we do differently this time?
Well, sir, I wanted to tell you that my job is aware of my every hearing, right? And they are like, if you were to release them to me right now, that they are willing to give me my PTO to stay off of work. And also, sir, a social worker that works with me at work, she has been. And I had the file ready for me at work, but I left right now from work, and but she gave me a file of places that I can get Isaac into, and I have also looked into young Marines to better their lives better. I've been keeping in contact with his mentors, and I have researched resources for him and for me to do as well with him. And I have been, I didn't bring you the documentation because I got to finish the course, but I have been taking parenting classes. And, because I know that I made, I know that Isaac is ready, and knows that he did willing to take up his consequences, right? But, like I said, I usually am very aware of Isaac's surroundings and everything.
Mom, here's the thing. Your job is not to protect Isaac anymore, okay? I think at this point going forward, your job and my job is to make sure Isaac understands there are consequences.
Yes, sir.
He needs to understand that if he makes poor decisions, he's going to be disappointed with the outcome, and he has to live with the disappointment.
I understand.
You cannot protect him. You can't be mother hen anymore. You understand? You can't shelter him. He is making decisions that are so big now that you can no longer protect him. He's not the little kid that falls and scrapes his knee. Okay? He's a little kid that may end up with a gun and getting shot in the head, right?
Right.
You can't protect him for that. You have to teach him that if he makes a bad decision at home, you'll be the first one to call Judge Kim, right? And let me know, because it's not that you're throwing him under the bus, it's that you're teaching him there are consequences.
Exactly.
Right? So Isaac, you understand when I'm going through all this, you just got off parole for stealing property using a weapon, I'm assuming a gun. Now you're in a stolen property and with guns, right? You understand how this looks.
Yes, sir.
Even if you did nothing wrong, the moment you stepped into a car, I don't even know if it's your car or not. I don't know if you stole it or not. I don't know. I know it wasn't your car, right? But I don't know if you actually took it or a friend loaned it to you. The fact that you knew you weren't 100% confident about the situation. I don't know if you brought the guns in the car or if they're already in. I don't know any of that. But the fact that you put yourself in that situation where it could look bad, that's why we're having this conversation, right?
Right. Yes,
What
sir.
you got to do is you got to avoid those situations.
Yes, sir.
Just avoid them. So you've held level 1-0 for quite a bit of time now. I'm going to give you this chance. I'm going to let you out on electronic monitor. You tested positive for drugs, so I'm gonna put you on a sweat patch. 24/7 monitoring, okay? What you have to understand though, is if you're not a level 1-0 with your mom and dad, what do you think is gonna happen?
I'm gonna come back here
You're
and
gonna come back in, because you've seen that, right? You've been here for a month. You've seen other kids come back in because they didn't follow the rules,
yes, sir.
right? And you know I'm gonna do it. You know what kind of judge I am.
Yes, sir.
And so, but I'm fair both ways. I'm letting you out because you're telling me you're gonna follow your mom's rules, right?
Yeah, I will.
So if you don't follow them, when I bring you back here, you think I'm gonna shed a tear for you?
No, sir.
But if you follow those rules, you know I'm gonna let you stay out there, right?
Yes, sir.
It's that simple. Follow the rules and you stay at home. Break the rules, you're coming back.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Isaac.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. So, Mom, before you leave, Miss Mata,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
serious. You need to call us if he gives you attitude or anything.
Yes,
Call us.
I will. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you too. Joseph Navarez.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Navarez. I'm Judge Kim. It's a 10-day hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Mr. Adler is your attorney. All right. So your level 1 outstanding since November 12th. This is Fort Worth PD were dispatched for a shooting when they met. Oh, this is the one in the stockyards with the off-duty police officer. All right, Mr. Navarez, I'm glad you're level 1 outstanding. That is something your attorney is thankful for as well. But this involves a case with a shooting, a gun, and the gun was actually used. And somebody was shot, and so I'm just deeply concerned about releasing the community. Okay, that's just one of those. You kind of cross that threshold, and so I'm just going to wait. Really, up at this point, I want to wait till the hearing. I'm always open to new ideas or other things, but I just need to be comfortable about releasing them. I'm not comfortable yet because the kid with a gun that it was actually used and somebody was shot. All right.
Sir, I was gonna ask you, I got a real court on December 11th, right?
I'm not sure what date, but it sounds right.
December 11th. So,
Sounds right.
oh, okay, sir.
So this is just a detention hearing. It's not about whether you did it or not. It's about releasing you or not releasing you.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Thank you, Mr. Navarez. Cameron Newton.
Morning, Your Honor. I'll be covering for Appeal Smiley.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Colbert.
Oh, I was wondering. I didn't see her on here.
All right, Mr. Newton, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day detention hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. Keenan, your attorney is here. All right, Mr. Newton, you've been here. So we are now approaching 180 days. This is a shooting over, let's see, back in June.
This is one that we actually had set, Your Honor, and we had to move it because his grandmother had surgery. And
Okay.
so we do have it reset for 12/15, and it should be able to be disposed of that day, as long as grandmother is available.
Right. Okay, this is the, oh yeah, the magazine. He threw the gun away in the trash can. Found 5 rounds in his pocket. He's been on probation for aggravated robbery. All right. Cameron, you're level 1 outstanding today. I'm glad you are, because you just turned 17 yesterday, right? So you understand if your behavior level drops, I'm sending you down to county jail, right? So you've got to earn your keep. I need you to be an example for the other kids here at our facility. But if you're going to be a fool and cause problems here, I'll house you in downtown county lockup now that you're 17 years old. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Let's not do that, Cameron.
Yes, please don't.
Please don't.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, Ms. Keenan, have a good day.
And I do apologize for having to leave the hearing earlier. I had a plea in another court.
No, not a problem at all.
Thank you.
All right, Lewis Barker, you're here. I think your dad was here earlier.
I'm back. I lost connection, y'all.
Okay. Hello, sir. All right. So,
how you doing?
I'm doing okay. All right, this is the capital murder case over on the Las Vegas Trail.
Yep.
Let's see. Are we still doing the competency sessions here?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are those going, Ms. Thomas?
They're going well from what I understand.
Okay. Louis, are things starting to make more sense to you now?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, good. I don't know why they didn't do this stuff back when you were in Mejia State School, but I'm glad you're getting the courses now, so we can move forward in any case. When's the last time we released Mr. Parker?
October 31st, he had a pass with Dad, and then on November 1st, he had a pass with Mom.
Okay. We ready to do that again?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Thomas, is there going to be a problem with our detention facility on making that happen again?
No, Your Honor, I do know he has to be quarantined every time he enters detention.
Right.
And I usually arrange with the parents, as long as it's not on a Monday or Wednesday, those are the mornings that he does the competency training.
Okay. All right, Louis, you know, we do this and you're placed in quarantine, right?
Yes, sir.
But it's worth it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do that then. So we'll do the same. What did we do last time with Dad? It was like a full day?
Dad was, yes, from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
9 till 8.
9 till 8. And Mom the next day was shorter though, right?
11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And there were no EM violations at that time?
No, sir.
All right, is Mom here also? I think I saw her earlier.
She tried to log on late. I don't think she was able to get in. She did text me. She tried.
All right. Okay, let's do it again.
Okay.
Louis, you know, you're doing this because you're level 1-0. You're following the rules. You're behaving. You follow the rules when we let you out last time. Okay. This is because of my frustration. This is not because of your case, or don't think I'm soft. It's because I'm frustrated with the system has gone on so long on this case. All right.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. And so, Dad, just same rules as last time. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
you.
Judge.
Your Honor.
That's for this Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Alyssa
Judge.
Rangel. Thank you, Mr. Hall.
Here, Judge.
Ms. Rangel, I'm Judge Kim. This is a 10-day hearing. And you decide to keep you, release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. And your attorney is Mr. Adler. All right, so you're level 1 outstanding. You have been since Wednesday. Let's see. Police were dispatched to a vigil. And
This is the wrong.
let's see. Your mom made a runaway report after you left home without permission. What? Oh, okay. And then police found you, you have a fake name, and you had weed in your bag. So I said, if you're a level 1-0 for 7 days straight, I would release you because I need you to show that you can behave, follow the rules, and keep on following the rules for a week. So, all right, well then, Mr. Nava.
Yes, sir.
I show she's only been level 1-0 since Wednesday, since the 26th, which is 4 days. How far did she drop?
Prior to the last time she was on 1-0, she went down to 2U.
Okay. All right, Alyssa. Well, I made a deal with you. I told you if you kept level 1-0 for 7 days, then I would release you. That was the deal I made with you. And that is the deal that you didn't hold up your end of the deal.
I achieved 7 days of level 1.
No. No, you've only been level 1. Like you dropped down on the 25th.
I just got my certificate for 7 days of holding a level 1.
Nava, was there a period before the 25th that she was level 1-0 for 7 days?
JCMS doesn't show anything.
All right, so Alyssa, this is what I'm gonna do. I just have my report. We're gonna look into it, okay? I mean, it is, Alyssa, look at me. You don't look at her. It is what it is. So if you were in fact level 1-0 for 7 consecutive days, I'll sign a release order. If you weren't, we'll see you at the next 10-day hearing and we'll review it again, okay? So don't worry, if you know you were level 1-0 for 7 consecutive days, don't worry, you're getting out today, all right? If you were not, and you dipped down somewhere between, you're not getting out today, okay? So just because right now, at this very moment, I'm not releasing you, doesn't mean anything, right? What you actually did is what counts. Don't forget this, because when you get out, you need to remember what you actually do counts. So when your mom says, don't leave the house, what do you gotta do?
Won't leave the house.
Don't leave the house, right? If your parents don't want you smoking weed, they better not want you smoking weed. But you know, if you're not supposed to smoke weed, then what are you not supposed to smoke?
Sir?
Weed, right? If you're not supposed to smoke weed, you don't smoke weed, right?
Yes, sir.
So mom, last time I talked to you, you said you were okay with the idea. She makes 7 consecutive days. Are you still feel that way?
I'm ready for her to come home.
Okay. Well, hold on. I don't, my thing, you may be ready for her to come home. I don't know if I'm ready for her to come home. It depends on if she can behave. If she follows the rules here, she has proven to me she can follow the rules in your home. Okay.
Absolutely.
But if she doesn't follow the rules here, I'm not going to give her the chance to disrespect you anymore. Okay?
Yes,
Alyssa,
sir.
do you have a question for me?
Yes, sir. The date here, it says November 17th through November
Hold on.
23rd.
We'll wait. Mr. Nava's going to look up to me. If he finds in there that there were 7 consecutive days of level 1-0, I'm going to sign a release order. It's
Yes,
that
sir.
simple. If you didn't make it, so if they made a mistake when they printed that sheet out for you, right, then it doesn't count, right?
Yes,
Just
sir.
because you have the certificate doesn't mean it happened, right? So we're going to check the records. If you were, we'll release you. If you weren't, then we're not going to release you. It's
Yes,
really,
sir.
you're controlling this. And I want you to understand, when I release you, you are controlling this. You're controlling the dynamics you have with your mom. You're controlling whether you come back to Kimbo or not. You're controlling whether you get arrested or not. You control these things. You do the right thing, the law is not a concern. You break the
Yes.
rules, then you have to worry about the police, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Alyssa.
Love you, baby.
Mr. Nava, just if you can just get back to me. If you find the 7 consecutive days in there, then I'll sign the release order.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Rodney Settles.
Sir.
Hello, Mr. Settles. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to attorney. Ms. Lothorpe is here. I think Mr. Sierra was here earlier. Is he still here? Okay, Mr. Lofton.
Good morning.
Heard. Morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good. Oh, geez. I'm trying. I am trying today.
That
Right.
wasn't a shot, Judge. That was a, I apologize.
Oh, that's right. No, it's like 36 hearings today or something. All right. So, Mr. Settles, you're almost 15. Police were dispatched for a male shooting a gun. There's a felony stop. Rodney said he was arguing with 2 males, saw them reach for what he thought was a gun, so he fired into the air 1 time. Video surveillance showed him putting the gun in the backpack and concealing it behind the building. There's no history with this department. So, Mr. Vickerson, you just got to level 1-0 today. Can you tell me about that matter?
Well, I don't know why it's showing that, Your Honor, because there's a documentation in here that shows that he made level 1-0 on the 24th, which was 6 days ago, and then again today. So I don't know why that's in there like that.
We have a parent here? Yeah, we have mom here.
He hasn't been perfect in detention, but he has been on level 1-0 for about a week now.
How far do you dip down?
Well, he's been down to level 3 confined at one point, but that was earlier in November. It looks like he had an altercation with another resident back there, and he worked his way back up to level 1 since then.
Do we know what the altercation was about?
No, it just says near physical altercation.
So Rodney, right now in your mind, what are you thinking? Like this, we're talking about something that happened like a month ago. You see how it's coming back on you now?
Yes, sir.
You understand how if you live in the moment, at the time, it may seem like a good idea, but over time, it comes back and haunts you, right?
Yes, sir.
You probably, I don't even know if you remember what that altercation was about.
I do, sir.
You do? Okay.
Sir.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it to put yourself in this spot right now?
No, sir. And it wasn't worth to embarrass my granny and my mom.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
And that's
sir.
what you got to go through in life. You got to realize that everything has consequences. You can come back and bite you in the butt, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mom, talk to me.
I'm grandmother, and if he's released, he will be grounded. There will be no more access to anything, not even a cell phone. When we do go to court on the 10th, so we still have more to go with this situation, and there are more punishments to come.
So Rodney, are you sure you want to go home to that?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
I promise. I'm just trying to earn my granny and my mama trust back to where she can give me my phone back. Because I know what I done. I messed up to my granny, and I don't like that she had to take off for work today. And I just want to go home so I can be able to go to school. And hopefully when I turn 15, if I live to see that day, I pray to God that I do, I can get a job and start trying to help my granny.
So based on the decisions you made as a kid, you understand that's forcing you now to be in a position where you're going to have to take on more responsibility, right?
Yes, sir. And I do want to sit down.
Whose fault is that?
Sir?
Whose fault is that?
That's my fault.
All right. So I'll tell you what, Rodney, is I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to let you go on EM. All right. We'll see how you do. But you're level 1-0. And you're level 1-0 because you're showing respect to our staff here by following all the rules and not giving an attitude, right?
Yes, sir.
Can I expect you to do that with your grandma's house?
Of course.
You understand, if your grandma picks up the phone and says, I need to talk to Judge Kim because Rodney is sneaking out, he smells like weed, he's hanging around people I'm telling him not to hang around, like anything like that, what do you think is going to happen?
You're going to bring me back and detain me, and I
Back
probably
here.
that won't happen. Whatever she said, I'm fine.
And then you're going to have to prove yourself all over again, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you've been here for over a month. You've seen kids come back in for the dumbest reasons, haven't you?
Yes, sir. I just seen the kid with my name come back the next day.
Because you know I'll do it, right?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, in some ways, I'm heartless like that. Like, if you break the rules, I'll bring you back. It's that simple, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll give you a chance, Grandma. We're gonna let him go home, but he better show you respect, okay? If you don't, please call us and let us know because he can go through the process again here.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so hold on, I'm bringing the next child in. At this point, these proceedings have been broadcast to comply with the Open Courts Act. However, Chapter 5408 of the Texas Family Code states that when a child is under 14 years old, the hearings are presumed to be closed to the public unless the court finds that the interest of the public or the interest of the child would be better served by opening the hearing to the public. Unable to make such a finding, the court will now close or end the broadcast of these proceedings to the public. Please wait, for the people here on Zoom, please wait 20 seconds for the tape delay to finish.